Trüberbrook 墨池镇第3期啊，第3期第1章，第1章要留到第3期才行啊。第3期在 Chapter 1，上一期在那个酒店刚进啊，不能叫酒店吧，小旅馆啊，它有语音的是吧？那大家说吧。哎，没有语音了啊，已经可以动了是吧？已经可以动了。上期那个小旅馆里面，没调查一些东西，就是错过了一些东西。所以像这个游戏的设定，一般来说就是这4个按钮哪个最危险呢？左右最危险，上下不危险。就这个放大镜就单纯是观察，观察是没什么问题的。但如果你去拿，或者说对话，那么人就对话嘛，或者有些东西能拿的话，那可能就会触发剧情了。所以最好不要先拿，最好先能观察就先观察。Binocular 啊，这还能点。
You can see all over the valley. From this distance, I can only imagine what's on the other shore.
啊，这可以 rack。
The platform further uptown presents a wonderful view of the valley. Leaning on this rusty rail, nose to the wind, I can let my gaze wander freely to the other shore and across the mountains.
Breath in and out， 很难想象这游戏居然有2个结局，长的肯定不很长啊，这也可以那个 rack。
The local gondola lift's hauling cables seem to be intact, although there aren't any gondolas or mining carts attached to it. A smell of oil and soil lingers in the air.
所以等一下啊，这gondolas 上一期我可能就已经想问了，但是我现在依然不知道什么意思。gondola 什么意思啊 ？gondolas， gondola， 贡多拉，这等于没说啊。看起来也不像英文单词，这个应该是意大利语单词搞过来的。凤尾船小划船贡多拉是意大利威尼斯运河中的一种特殊的船，或者你可以理解成平底狭长小船贡多拉。真你妈，这个发音一听就他妈不像是英文。先不要拿，能不要拿，这已经录过了。好，然后你还记得什么地方录过，什么地方没录过？他是他，看是看。
It's glowing red.
Glowing red， 说明他在修是吧？这能过去了吗？啊，这样就过去了是吧？能调查的东西一定要全部先调查一下。
High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this.
High voltage， 这也可以 rack。
It's a well-known fact that weasels have a dangerously loving affection towards all sorts of cables. The present case suggests a rather impressive specimen, judging by the thickness of the cable. Last resort, self-termination.
可以 ，last resort serve tell， 这还保留了是吧？下一个。
I wonder what that is.
还能过来
Danger. High voltage.
啊！他是能看懂德语的。
Judging by the
也是
smell, this was used to transport cookies and lollipops.
lollipops， 上一期还在那个店门口秀这个德式的这个菜，我还去搜了一下，其实都差不多，其实都很像，基本就是一些这个
Time waits for no man, not even in Trüberbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line.
基本上就是那种被福利，成就一点说啊，这样是录了10个了是吧 ？Recording 10 times， 大概这个意思吧。这东西看过了。啊，可以进去了。
Hello?
A sad melody can be
Anybody
heard.
there?
Anybody there? 没反应。
What was that?
那餐厅卖的基本都是什么肉酱跟一些动物内脏做成肉末之后的这个菜。这类菜在欧洲还挺常见。箱子啊，这可以拿的。 有些东西拿了它就会触发剧情，所以最好不要先拿，最好不要先拿啊，不是不拿啊，这个也可以 rag， 这种是 rag 过了没？
I've already made an.
啊，已经可以了。
It's a well-known last
行，连续点还挺快的，所以问题不大。关键还是要懂它这个游玩的方法。
locked.
Locked， 一周目能把比较烦的东西如果能打完的话，那么2周目可能就能轻松一点。这里呢？
Are you okay? Do you have brain damage?
他居然没死，这个人难道不是人类吗？我现在怀疑他不是人类。
I have to insert a coin first.
啊，这就是那个分歧点是吧？你既可以在这儿，在这儿有2个这硬币的用法，后面能拿到1个硬币啊，你可以选择把它放到这儿，望远镜看，还是可以把它扔到某个湖里面。这我已经看过了，我调查过了，所以我知道有这么东西。
It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, mastermind. Did you already ask around town? Maybe someone there has it.
啊，需要 key 是吧？那你在干嘛？你在摸鱼吗？
Hey, what's that look on your face, Professor?
吃海培路。
I met a woman named Gretchen in Trüberbrook. She is a fellow scientist.
Fellow
Gretchen
scientist。
studied anthropology in Vienna.
Could
Vienna.
you please focus on the task at
对啊
hand?，
他听到了，他能听到的。Anthropology 是人类学，上一期我可能说成考古学，反正也是什么 ology， 一般都是以这个结尾，以这个词根结尾。干嘛来呢？这已经看过了是吧？要修什么东西？那现在只能下去了是吧？只能下去。硬币不知道拿到之后能不能靠存档搞定，就在某个地方拿到硬币之后存档，或者快拿到硬币的时候存档，然后把这个硬币扔到某个地方，然后再把它扔到另外一个地方，这样就可以1周目干2周目的事情。一样，先调查
Small ads, postings, announcements.
announcements。
They're holding a town fair tonight with a band and a raffle.
Exciting.
这游戏节奏慢，而且细节其实挺多，可能能调查的东西有很多。之前那次也是一样，旅馆里面有很多照片可以调查，但晚上就不行了，晚上发生案件的时候就已经来不及了。这应该不是这儿啊，进进出出也会存档，这其实好事儿，才能过来。啊，这还能过来，紧张。切换场景会自动存档是吧？啊，这个功能可以的，可以的。游戏机制就是要这样一点点了解的。
At least it seems the burglar didn't rummage through the cabinet.
这第1章应该不短的，肯定比前面2个会长一点。
Just a hanger.
Just a hanger， 可以拿的是吧？但问题是它这个菜单也打不开呢。这 inventory 有些人能打开，有些人打不开。我
Hanging
反正打
dead
不开。
animals on your wall is a bit eccentric.
eccentric， 啊，对他来说是。站在他的角度，
What a mess. Nothing appears to be missing, except for my notes. I don't want to mess up the crime scene.
crime scene， 怎么着？
Maybe somebody hid their money in there.
那你不去拿一下吗？哎，还真的可以啊！我靠，那第2次要出来
Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected.
，far below expected， 咔嗒一下，这一声还是很清脆的。有时候可能要点2下，点第1下它还不会这个就 rack 还不会出来，要再点1下才会出来。能再看了吗？
Maybe somebody.
可以了是吧？
The weather has brightened up.
啊，可以开窗了是吧？啊，然后可以站在这个地方，看东西是吧？能看到这儿你看啊，就能回去了是吧
The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house.
？For the guest house， 这个居然是
The
antenna，
antenna provides.
可以拿了是吧？你不是已经有一个了吗？你要这么多次干嘛
Fresh air is still the preferable way to dry your laundry.
？Dry your laundry，
Fresh air is still the.
是晾衣服，估计也就只有乡村会有， 估计不是每个欧洲国家都有这个习惯。哎，这还能看的是吧？这上面基本上都是这个啊，能点？不会吧？等一下，先放一下。
Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster.
Sea monster must be 什么？
Must be a local myth.
啊 local myth， 之前讨论过了。底下的东西，你这一声有点
There's
响，
something lying on the floor.
拿出来。
It's a massage rod.
Massage rod，
Somebody must have misplaced it.
紧张
I'm not tired.
啊，还可以睡觉了。
This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know.
再来一次 guests， 那为什么这本书会在这儿？这 name 右边是什么东西？右边是写下的话是吧？那这个什么 room 啊 room 啊，他告诉你之前这个房间住过什么人是吧？啊，但我也不知道我现在什么房间。Hans， 哎，刚好是有什么标记啊？这是我是吧？3号房间。他妈全是德语，谁看得懂？看不懂。这有个痕迹啊。我是3号房间，所以你看3号房间住过谁？哈尼。这个哈尼第一个跟最后一个都是3号房间，这有个 Roger 萨。但问题是这段他没有给你翻译，那是看不懂。Kevin Clark、David Lautrick， 这种就比较像英文名字了。Marcel Per， 这个都还行，但这个 SH 译出来的肯定是德语。Christian Heindel、Andrew Schmalbrook， 果然还是德语名比较多。那也这数量很多了，这数量太多了。我还以为是唯一解的，不是的，东西还挺多的。那这本东西暂时可能意义不大，这毕竟也不是那类游戏。
Before you even know, the world lies in ruins.
The world lies in ruins。走过来，这里还有东西，毛巾、围巾，没说，这个就拿了。这样这里应该探索完了吧？你这个走路姿势怎么跟老年人一样啊？这也可以调查了是吧？那应该无所谓。
This leads to the rooms.
This leads to the rooms。今天菜单怎么样？
Today's menu, nothing.
怎么有 nothing？ 怎么有 nothing？ 站着调
The
查。
door to town square.
行。好的，拿的东西还挺多，什么都拿。但其实 inventory 不重要的，因为你只有点了特定的东西，然后它会告诉你能用什么道具，不是所有道具都能用。啊，这还能看了什么？这是 Trüberbrook， 是 Trüberbrook。Trüberbrook Tibun 是吧 ？Weekend weather， 这是 weekend weather， 这个给你翻译过来，这里全部是啊，是英文，是英文。看一下 ，September the 1st 还给你圈出来，998 years of Trüberbrook International Edition for the locals， 还比较小 ，expats and visitors of Trüberbrook Friday August 4th 1967 weekend weather， 这太小了，你要真的要看一看，太累了。All that we wish for is a wonderful festivity for a wonderful place that is our beloved Trüberbrook. Mayor J. Bierschrock. New bus schedule. Creepy finding in the swamps. 那感兴趣的可以暂停读一下，这个全部读下来太累了。
Now look at all these fishing rods. Quite the collection.
You can borrow one if you like, but only in exchange for a pawn.
For a poem,
They have a tendency to get lost otherwise.
Pawn? You mean deposit?
deposit.
Now look at all these fishing rods.
You can borrow.
一样是吧？
They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there.
本来就是小镇。
Please ring bell for service.
Please
We
ring
only
bell
serve
for
small
service.
pots of coffee outside the restaurant.
P.S. We serve only small pots of coffee outside restaurant. P.S. 啊 ，P.S. 一样是吧？那问题来了啊，bell 可能这个是吧？First service bit，这东西可能是 bell 是吧？那 coffee 在哪儿？这么简单的话吗？啊，这肯定不是逐字翻译的，这么长一句话只有你把三个德语单词，这肯定不是逐字逐句翻译，肯定是有别的东西。
Look at all these beautiful people.
Christian Hundley, runner-up for the second annual pretzel eating contest。对，这个好像是一个食物的名字是吧 ？Pretzel
Must be some kind of ancestral gallery.
ancestral gallery。Philo Walther Finger saved the world thrice, but no one will ever know. Lara and Jeff, owner of the much-loved coffee house, Trüberbrook Castle, captain of the local football team, SPVGG forward Trüberbrook 1887。它这里啊，其实上一期我就发现了，有时候会这个英式英语、美式英语互串，比如说那个 neighborhood 英式英语是 BOUR，美式英语是 BOR 结尾。然后刚刚那个地方他要说的应该是足球啊，什么足球？用脚踢的，但非守门员不能拿手的那个，不能用手的那个足球。但这个足球，如果你用了美式英语的话，应该念 soccer 的，应该是念 soccer。美式英语里面 football 指的是那个橄榄球。Alex Valero Danda, according to legend, this young and reckless musician translated a copy of the Necronomicon kept at Goethe Universitat Frankfurt 法兰克福大学，但 main into Spanish and intended to write songs based on it. He disappeared soon after. 哎，这还有这么多奇闻异事，是这个吗？刚刚点的，对。Sherman Archbold, inventor of the sheet music-based programming language Sherman plus known to be mastered only by a few experts. Maggie Buckert, co-inventor of the revitalizing drink T-espresso, likes to ride a bicycle without being able to control it. Lives together with her two imaginary shaven cats, Butchie Cassidy and Sundance Kid. 这名字还是两个单词，好长啊。Sven Oetler, also known as SVENQ45， 这感觉是彩蛋，可能是制作组中的某个人。不清楚啊，不过他写 football 还有一点可以理解，因为在德语里面的 football 其实是就德语的足球啊，真正的足球啊，用脚踢的足球啊，其实跟英文的足球 football 很像，应该是念 football 是吧 ？football，所以他可能直接就变成 football。
Now where would this lead to?
也没有多想啊，美式英语的那个东西应该念 soccer。
Locked.
所以你要看美式英语可能还分成叫美式足球跟英式足球啊，美式足球才是 football， 英式足球是 soccer。
This can must have fallen off the table.
要看你用什么教材，可以拿起来吧 can， 反正什么东西都拿。你的口袋还真大，异次元口袋。
A dim oil painting showing a couple of withering roses in a vase. Some of the varnish is starting to come off. How poetic.
How poetic.
There's something funny about that clock.
哎，这飞的什么东西？苍蝇？不会吧 ？Are you sure?
Is that a maggot?
哦 ，Mac，
It's having a good time.
这看来是故意的是吧？哑巴一点
They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place.
，Hearty local meals。
Apparently, a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there.
妈，我觉得大概率应该就是真正的发霉了，极小概率有一种特殊的知识就是要靠蛆虫来进行发酵，那是特殊的知识，这是很罕见的事情。我觉得它指的应该不是这个。
Modern cuisine. A lump of minced meat in the shape of a hedgehog, garnished with spike-resembling breadsticks. Toast Hawaii. Cheese skewers.
Looks a bit shabby.
果然是有这个minced meat， 绞肉了。
Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department.
拿。
I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trunk. But I love.
哦，拿了 cheese skewer 啊 cheese skewer。
I'll save you, my little friend.
哇，真的下来，
I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs.
可以了是吧？他居然还把驱虫给拿来，这好厉害。行了，在该录的录了，反正能多确认多确认一下。他谁啊
She seems very focused.
？She
Hey, please don't stand there.
Hey. She's almost in a trance. Hey. She's almost.
啊
Hey, you are
啊！
blocking
你要
the
走过去的
screen.
话就会这样，原来如此。
Science fiction. Something involving spaceships.
Spaceships。好，话
Could
筒
you step aside, please? Hey, mister.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to.
操，不会吧？
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me. Didn't mean to. What's
Ah.
that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set, you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
Not specifically, depends on how you look at it. Yes.
You bet I am.
Yeah.
My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light
Leni's.
years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
跟他说实话。So it is worlds apart.
Berlin is located right in the middle of Brandenburg. So it is worlds apart.
Brandenburg? Never heard of it.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
啊，你可以跟他讲这个了。Astronaut Wave Pool Supervisor, Parachute
I'm a
Tester.
parachute tester.
That sounds like fun. Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rulans into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
I can make incredible amounts of candy disappear. If you are referring to my bank deposit, I can make a nosy kids disappear. Nosy kids.
I can make nosy kids disappear.
Don't be mean.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
After all, I'm not originally from Earth. Your uncle was a wizard, so what do I have to do make you tell me?
So, what do I have to do to make you tell me?
There's only one thing I can think of.
Come on.
Can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something.
原来如此。新旅者成就已解锁啊，新旅者，这就是跟他讨论问题是吧？跟小女孩交流就可以了是吧 ？Rack， 然后就能 rack 了。
This is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a star log for you?
Human child.
May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
紧张
Room 3 used to be where my uncle Heinz lived.
啊 ，Uncle Heinz
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good.
原来如此。
She seems very focused.
啊，没事了。
I need to know what happens next.
Science fiction. I'd rather not disturb the.
还能再来一次？
Hey, mister!
Excuse me. Didn't mean to.
Yeah，你是故意的，不是你是故意的，我是故意的。报纸看过，还有啥嘞？他还没交流过什么
She's the landlady here.
landlady precisely she's the landlady 啊，这还能 rack
Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour.
啊，那看来不能给他了是吧 rack
Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be
啊，这还不能
something
点
that
快
attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour.
这我还真不知道什么东西
She's the
precisely 这个呢
Oh, thanks. For me?
Does this device suffice as a deposit in exchange for the fishing rod?
我去
Yes. Feel free to leave it here.
no
No, I think I'd rather keep this for now.
这可以选的是吧
As you wish. Just come back whenever you have changed your mind.
OK 这里的自由度要出来了
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
I'd like to report a theft 啊，这里来了是吧？这里你可以跟他报告，跟女主人报告偷窃或者不报告，选择不报告。不报告据说有个东西。This establishment you call your own has quite the charm. Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
Who is Baron von Sülz? What were they mining for? What's with this mysterious company? I've heard enough, thank you.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sülz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts.
Wow.
His wife was a flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. A broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
啊，这可以连续问的是吧？
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine. So nothing an quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
Why did they shut down the
So why
mine?
did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all
这个
over
rumor
the
又是
town.
英式英语的 rumor。
Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger.
这 labor 是对的。
Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept spa guests away for years,
看这里，
as you can see for
这里
yourself.
rumor 就是 RUMOR 了，刚刚还是 RUMMOUR。MOUR 有这个单词的吗？可以的是吧？应该是可以的，应该是可以的。就你看 OR 跟 OUR，一般 OR 就是美式，OUR 就是英式。只要你不串着用就没
What
事。
about this mysterious company you were talking of?
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation.
Dubious，
They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean.
警察
Way up to the highest circles of power.
可以。Who became the miners?
What became of the people working the
What
mine?
became of the mine people?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell?
Who can tell?
At one point, they even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again?
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it. They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation.
啊，就这样是吧？
I've heard enough.
是一个总
Thank
结
you.
是吧？
Anything else I can do for you?
啊，你还能问的是吧？那如果选这个呢？
About the
Sure.
啊，这样是吧？
I've heard enough.
Anything
德式英语其实比法式英语要好，法国人的英语应该是众所周知的美妙打引号。德式英语虽然稍微硬了点，但其实还是
This establishment you call your own has quite the charm.
A family business for more than 75 years. Actually, I took over the guest house together with my brother. But now it's just me and my little daughter.
Oh, how's the season going so far?
Being the only guest, I was wondering, well, how's the season going so far?
Season? We haven't had one in ages.
Your daughter really likes watching TV. 德国现在的德国真有这样的小镇的话，你也许还真能用这个，只要不太偏僻，
Your daughter really likes
真
watching
能用英文
TV.
交流。
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her mind set on extraterrestrials and alien worlds. Nonsense, don't you think?
Nonsense。因为德语里面 s 就是发 z 是吧？s 不是发 s， 应该是偏 z， 可能不完全
So
一样
what。happened to your brother?
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
Bolzenschuss. That door over there hasn't been opened in a while, has it? 这个 door 是吧？
That door over there hasn't been opened in a while, has it?
That's the door to the cellar,
Cellar.
where my brother built his little lair. No one has taken any interest in that door since he left. He just took the key with him.
这样的。
Anything else I can do for you?
I feel ready for a beer.
Truda, would you pour me one of your Pilsner beers, please?
Pilsner beer 啊。
Just a second,
对
Professor.
谈到德国，怎么能没有
Here, a
啤酒
coaster.
？A coaster。
There you go. Cheers.
这点倒是跟英国人很像，反正都是喝疯的国家。在哪儿？啊，在这儿是吧？喝酒喝疯的国家。哇，一口灌，喝的倒很像德国人，喝的倒很像德国人，一口灌。啊，这是硬币是吧？这可能就是硬币了。啤酒质量其实还是不错的，德国的啤酒质量还是可以的，而且因为盛产啤酒，这帮人爱喝啤酒，所以还便宜。
She's the landlady here.
Precisely.
几欧元可能一大杯，喝到疯为止。
Good morning.
Morning.
啊，就这样是吧
I'll be leaving.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
？Mr.
By the
Tannhauser，
way, the buffet is open. Please help yourself.
家庭问题，陈九爷说家庭问题啊，是不是因为我跟这个女主人交流的时候也算那个一个角色了是吧？是有可能的。啊，反正能交流的部分我就交流一下啊。Listen to Two 的 story， 对，他叫 Two 的 Trüberbrook， 他是叫 Two 的 Lenny story 新旅者家庭问题完成率应该挺高的，50%是吧？可能大多数玩家对这个萝莉更加有兴趣，对这个女主人可能兴趣不大，所以懒得讨论，或者没有把话听完了。慢慢来，这个游戏就要一点点欣赏，它的文本量还是很大的，就看你愿不愿意给它玩透了啊。这样应该可以把它打开了是吧？硬币也有了，硬币先可以扔进水里是吧？还是扔进某个池子里，或者说放到那个望远镜上，看存档机制，这里都应该没啥东西，这儿是吧？
This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know.
来，这应该有东西，果然有东西。
Huh. There really is a hidden stash below.
看第一天能探索到什么地方。
Loads of useless junk. And an almost empty bottle of schnapps.
Schnapps，
I'll only take the schnapps. Bolts and shoes.
听不懂，这怎么可能听得懂？谁知道 ？Schnapps 什么东西？啊，杜松子酒是吧？饮料类型的嘛，也是酒啊。 Schnapps or schnapps is type of alcoholic beverage that takes several forms, including distilled fruit brandies。看起来挺高级，看起来挺高级。这东西我估计没有中文翻译的，没有中文翻译。Including distilled fruit brandies 啊 ，brandies 吧，不是 brandies，brandies。Herbal liqueurs infusions and flavored liqueurs made by adding fruit syrups, spices, or artificial flavorings to neutral grain spirits。那还行啊，听起来还可以啊，不算那种很烈没有口感的酒，杂七杂八都能加一点，估计还偏甜。啊，那地方还能看吗？这样这地方应该差不多了。那个按摩棒不知道有啥用，暂时不清楚。啊，这没了是吧？这样的话，来调查一下这儿。所有能看到的角色估计都能交流了。
The antenna provides TV.
这一样是吧
It's the window to my room.
？To my room,
There's a clothesline up there, right under my window.
clothesline，这也能看。
The time traveling machine. Complete nonsense from a quantum mechanic.
这跟第一天是一样的，不是第一天，这跟第一章是一样。
I've already made an.
啊，这样会重复的是吧
Beverly, I discovered the local movie theater, Mobius Palace.
？Mobile
Favorite
Palace，
genres around here appear to be Western and noir.
过去应该会有存档的是吧？看看这个望远镜能不能把它做掉。做掉之后退游戏，不退游戏，退到封面。现在应该没什么东西能帮他了。
It seems you need a special key
啊，
to
对
get the thing
，special
running.
key。
Indeed, Mastermind.
Indeed, mastermind. Rack， 这已经 rack 过了。交流呢？
Hi.
Hey,
啊，可以问的是吧？About the cable car.
About the cable car.
What was it again that we needed that key for?
What was the
Ah,
problem
this
with
one.
the power line again?
we have to fix the high voltage power cord in order to get the cable car running. If you touch it, it will fry your synapses. We still have to reconnect the loose ends somehow. Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I was just about to ask.
I was just about to ask.
就继续问是吧？About the cable
About the
car.
cable car.
这还能再问呢。I really want to
And
go
you
up there.
really want to go up there?
Why are you afraid? Whatever we find over there could be of great importance to the Institute of Anthropology.
Institute.
Come on already! And that cable car looks sturdy enough, doesn't it?
哪有 cable car? What was it you do for a living again?
Gretchen, what was it that you do for a living again?
I'm an anthropologist. I am conducting research on an ancient Proto-Germanic culture that is believed to have settled right here in this area. That was some 2,000 years ago, though.
I will try to come up with something.
Okay, I'll try to come up with something.
啊，这样
Anything
对话就结
else
束
I
了是吧
can help you with?
Yes, I was just about to ask. I just wanted to say hi.
All right. Don't forget we need to get the cable car working.
来，继续。
Hi.
Hey,
About the.
Question. What was it again that we needed that key for?
we need the master key to get the cable car running in the first place. Why don't you take a look around town? Anything else I can help you with?
Yes. About the.
啊，这可以再问了是吧？
What was the...
We have to
Young
fix the
one.
high if you
Young,
still
young.
anything else.
Yes. About the.
And you...
Wire, whatever. Come on, all
一样的。What was it for to do a living again？这里好像也一样的。What kind of cult is it? Do you
What kind of a cult is it you're looking for precisely?
a Proto-Germanic cult here in the mountains. Proto-Germanic meaning before the Germans.
Before
Anyway,
the Germans.
this place is supposed to have been a holy site to those Proto-Germans, where they made contact with their gods. Exciting, huh?
Were they
About
dangerous?
this cult. Were they dangerous?
Tannhauser, they're all dead by now. The thing about spirits, that was a joke, okay?
Okay.
We might as well have a coffee
We
before we
might as
leave.
well have a cup of coffee before we leave.
Cup of coffee.
Tannhauser, I can't help the feeling you're not 100% behind our mission. It's very important for my research to reach the top of this mountain. Maybe we'll find your notes up there as well.
Notes. It is a timeless masterpiece.
啊，这样子选
Gretchen,
人
what
结
was
束了
it
是
that
吧
you do?
I'm an I am convinced that is believed to have that was some to
？OK， 原来如此。行
Okay.
anything else.
Yes.
，About the cable car，这已经看过了
About the
啊，这一样。
What? Come on.
We might as
It's maybe
no.
okay.
anything.
还有
Yes.
Wonder what interest the burglar has in my paper.
I wonder what interest the burglar has in my paper.
Burglar.
Presumably not the brightest candle on the cake. Who else would steal a paper on quantum physics?
啊，就这没了是吧 ？So how long have you been
So,
here?
how long have you been here?
Several months.
The day before yesterday.
Day
Feels
before
much
yesterday.
longer though. And just saying, the public transportation around here, Germany is a mess.
这句可能心里话，这句可能是作者的心里话。How did you get
But
here?
then how did you get here?
Individual travel. By motorcycle, of
啊
course.
，motorcycle。
Why Trüberbrook of all places? It's hard to find, even on a map. But I'm not from these parts after all.
I've been trying to pinpoint the exact location of those ritual grounds for a while now. And when I finally found them, I immediately took off. The people around here are nice, but also a little weird, don't you think?
还好吧。Something about them seems a bit off. Now that you mention it,
Something about them seems a bit off. Yeah.
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
So you're from the States, huh?
The United States of America.
Where from exactly?
哪儿
Woodinville, Washington.
啊，Washington。
Never heard of it. Any bigger cities nearby that I might know?
Seattle, the rainy jewel of the Northwest. Heard of it?
No.
Oh yes,
啊，
I
他
know
知
the
道，
place.
他居
I
然知
was
道。
passing through some time ago.
西雅图，
You've been to the States?
Yes, once. That was a few years back though.
哇，
Actually, I had come to New York to attend a conference, but then I got acquainted with some folks there and stayed a while longer.
Please go on. I've heard enough. Thank you.
A while longer. In New York City?
Not the whole time, no. Took a little road trip. First off to the New England states, Boston, Waterville, all the way up to Moosehead Lake, Mount Catherine, and so on.
这能记得住也是
Then
也是厉害。
Canada and the Midwest. Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago. On and on. Then Washington State. Sort of got stuck there. Oregon, down to San Francisco. Ah, those were the days.
Wow. You must have passed through Seattle on the way then.
Yes, maybe. And that's where you study?
No, I studied on the East Coast. The Cornell, Ithaca.
Cornell.
Under Dr. Schrodinger. Have you heard of him?
Dr. Schrodinger
Of course. Now I understand why you're on exchange in Germany.
啊，
Exchange? No, it's more of a coincidence. I won the trip.
You won?
Don't ask me. I've never taken part in any lottery.
Interesting. Uh-huh. So.
好，上路是吧？上路成就解锁，这可能是跟这个这名字我还是叫不起来。这什么轩是吧 ？Gratian，应该是吧 ？Gratian，上路啊 ，Listen to Gratian story， 上路。华盛顿，首先有一个华盛顿州，一个 state， 还有一个华盛顿这个市，一个是 DC， 一个是州。他说的应该是州吧？他说的可能是 DC， 他到的可能是 DC。
Hey,
啊，这样就只能问这个 cable car 了是吧？啊，
And you
what?
we might as well
It's maybe,
we might as
it's maybe
no.
Okay.
anything.
Yeah. I
Oh,
OK， 这样就聊完了是吧？先出去一下，这样可以存个档。
I have to insert a coin first.
你不是已经有 coin 了吗？啊，那 coin 看来不行，那行，先放着。那个东西原来不是 coin， 可能只是一个这个杯子垫，也是，看起来有点大。主要是现在我不知道到底能不能开这个 inventory， 所以暂时先放一放喽。这看过了，不用点了，看这个。
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble.
怎么跟老巫师一样？ 啊，这有2个这东西，然后呢？
Thank you, but I believe this ordinary table is not deserving of your delicate tablecloth.
这个呢？
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much.
啊，就把
I
它
was
垫脚了是
hardly
吧？
able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
真的假的？
Thank you, but
这可以的是吧？
Actually, it's quite a nice table.
来交流一下。
Good morning.
excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
You've got yourself a nice spot here.
The name is Baron Otto Titan von Trüberbrook.
哪个？
Tannhauser, pleased to meet you.
Please come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Are you from around these
Are you
parts?
from around these parts?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work into the well-being and prosperity of Trüberbrook. I once was the owner of both, the mines and the cable car.
啊，就是他是吧？
That's all history now.
他就是他。
Are you from around these parts?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work. I once was. That's all.
啊，这这个问题是吧
Are？you from around?
You may. I want. That's.
原来如此。Do you have
Do you
any
have any friends or family?
My spouse left me for good, and my beloved
Left me for good.
Trüberbrook is slowly going down the drain. Only Claus remained
Claus?
loyal to me all these years. Alas, now even he has disappeared.
啊，有这个问题是吧？Who is Claus?
Claus is my tomcat,
Tomcat.
an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side. But now, he's vanished without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Were you whining too much over his loss?
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
哦，还有这个。
Do you still have the key to the old cable car, by any chance?
Please excuse me, but I need to be on my own now. I need some rest to mourn for Claus.
原来如此。
You've got yourself.
Please don't wait.
啊，就这样是吧？啊，怪不得。这个东西还有别的东西能选吗？
own allow.
那这结束了是吧？Do you have the key?
Do you,
Please, I need.
you've got.
What kind of strange
What
place
kind of
is
a
this?
strange place is this?
Well, you should know. This used to be one of the most beautiful spots on the face of the planet. The fair and the fortunate came here for treatment. Travelers and tourists of all fashion. Citizens that weren't occupied in the tourism business found work in the mines. But it's all over now.
啊
What kind?
But
，But it's all over now. 行行行，
Are you?
that
原来如此。
Do you? Do you?
好，然后就回来了是吧？Any news about
Any
Claus?
news about Claus?
nothing.
Nothing. Can you tell me something about the cable
Could
car?
you tell me something about the cable car in this town?
Don't bring up the old cable car.
看来这下搞
I
不定
don't even want to think
估
about
计得
it.
分前半个后半。What's with the
So
cable
what's
car?
with the cable car?
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The
Maniacs.
cable car, the mine, the whole village.
啊，这俩可以 go on 是吧？Who are these maniacs you are referring to? You ran a mining business? Just go on.
Please go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain.
原来如此。
But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car altogether in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
啊，现在可以问了是吧
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
？Maniacs，
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
You ran a mining
You ran
business.
a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Zölz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the 3rd generation, district mayor of Trüberbrook Zölz and Trüberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Trüberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
好长啊。What do you mean they destroyed
What do
everything?
you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with the gigantic machines.
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail for me again? 啊，来
Would you wrap up the whole story in detail? Who are these maniacs you're
Maniacs,
The
referring to?
Millennium
这个快点啊，
Cooperative,
因为一样。
ruthless and unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous.
They leave us little. First, they stripped me of. Then, more and more
dubious
dubious
eggheads.
driving visitors away.
Eggheads.
With what they were actually up to, but after a few, they shut. They closed and turned.
全部连在。These must have been difficult
These
times
must have
for
been
you.
difficult times for you.
I appreciate your concern.
然后呢？
Any news about
Nothing.
哦
This don't my.
哦，
Would you mind lending me the key?
The cable car, the cable car. What do you want with it? There's nothing worthwhile up there. Don't bother me with your mumbo jumbo, will ya? My faithful cat Claus has abandoned me. That's all I can think of right now.
啊，看来你要把小猫给它
Nothing.
小猫给它找回来是
You've
吧？
got.
Don't.
啊，果然，
Please excuse. I need.
好，懂了，
Please excuse.
懂了，行了。好，特伯布鲁克的先驱 ，Trüberbrook 先驱啊，这就是跟他交流的结果是吧？看能不能把这块区域给它结束掉，然后要记得要存个档。右下角的标志出来应该就可以存档。
the mysterious village? Who is into this kind of stuff?
这点还能有啊？不能 recording， 看来不是说东西的。这里是一样的吗
There's a selection of local charcuterie on display.
？Charcuterie 是一种肉食
Wurstbrei，
但这个词是法语单词
Stückwürze，
那这里当然全部是德语单词，
Schlachterplatte, Pothocker, Tote Oma.
全部是这个经典的这个德式的菜。虽然好像卖相都一般般，我觉得最好的德式菜还是虽然也挺英式的，薯条跟香肠嘛，然后配上的咖喱酱，虽然没去过，这个感觉还行。一看这样子也还行嘛，吃起来应该也不差。
This bucket seems to have been hung here for purely decorative reasons.
Purely decorative reasons。
Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood.
这里又是
Wooden
BOU2 了，
fences always remind
吧
me of my.
这里有 BOU2 了，啊，可以过去了，这样有存档。现在你可以换那个鱼竿，但有用吗？啊，这东西也挺多的，就过去了。先不要乱点。这个就是那
I
cat，
wonder what that is.
你确定是 cat 吗？这不是狐狸吗？啊，就看来就是它了，就是它了。
A hiking map of the region. The upper section has been torn off. Trüberbrook, county of Brokenlanda, 1 kilometer, or 0.621371 miles.
在后面一段。
Locked.
我估计后面可能一把钥匙能开全的吧，这个一样的。
Hades, paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Closed.
Close。哎，往哪走？
paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark.
1 DM。
Its heydays are over.
一个是树，它倒没有点，有吗？啊，它有是吧？这个呢？这还有别的道具能用
Looks cold.
？Looks cold。
Am I expected to just use my hands to hold it in the water? Subject: Species reintroduction. Although I can't return the tuna to the wild as long as it's in the can.
Okay.
Soft as a feather.
啊，这样就可以了是吧？啊，这其实也是此类解谜游戏。这猫现在不管猫还是狐狸，先放一下，这个应该跟主线东西，先放一下。
That's some sturdy full-grown reed.
Read， 芦苇，可以拿的吗？拿下来。这只能看是吧？
A beautiful, healthy tree.
Acersoidu platanus, the sycamore maple.
不会吧？那学名是吧？前面那个应该学名，这不能 record， 只能看。
Oh my. It looks desperate.
Desperate。这个要真是猫的话，惊了呀！不太可能是猫的，
The next city.
是一样的。
Ah, yes. That's where I am. The bus stop. My gateway to the outside world. There's a regular bus on Saturdays. Every
Regular
other week.
bus on every other week。行，那个最后我记得这里好像有一个相对比较容易错过的一个需要 recording 的地方，让我确认一下。据说是很容易错过的，所以既然他都这么说了，我就确认一下。然后切换一下场景，自动存档就可以结束了。哪儿比较容易错过来着？序章自动进行。本来应该是6个，到这里是第卧室内部的老鼠洞啊，那边还有一个很难的地方，那刚好那边也跟他讨论一下。需要有男爵互动，对话完之后才能互动啊，就克劳斯是吧？一旦收集齐将克劳斯从树上射下的道具，将无法对其进行录音互动啊，这样吗？不会吧？啊，这好烦。附属这家餐厅的啊，那看来已经完蛋了。不要急于收集通关用品啊，这个有点坑啊。已经收集齐了，所以你只能啊，会这样的是吧？这好像多了个什么东西。收集齐了就不能用录音了是吧？
Oh my.
不会吧？那看来二周目可能还得再搞。等一下啊，确认个地方。哎，他怎么这个走路有点蠢了？还有这么个设定？这个地方非常容易错过。哪儿来着？好像据说有个地方不会箭头标出来，有吗？这附近据说有个像叉叉一样的地方，哪儿啊？不会被标注出来的地方，确认一下。右侧石头上的六边形标记。啊，这个是吧？我去，这还有个东西。醉了。
I noticed a figure on one of the rocks. A hexagon.
Hexagon.
I can only speculate on its purpose.
这样就是塑料捆绑了，可能15个了是吧？15个有对吗？因为克劳斯还没玩呢。肉冻跟那差不多应该15，是15，有一个可能不算，需要互动一次才能录音。哎，这样的话啥？那这感觉还缺了哪个来着？ 自动进行，自动进行都简单的，缆车格雷琴，远方的山峦，远方山峦啊，远方山峦可能也没有，这东西也是鬼畜的。这样的话，17可能差不多。旅馆招牌，熊孩子列尼，哇，这个东西35个要收集起来挺难的，不过剧情可能不是很长。啊，怪不得这个也能点，因为它没有箭头，没有红色的叉叉啊，那这游戏还是难的。
You can see all over the valley.
怪不得说这么容易错过。
I can only imagine what's on the other shore.
这个居然可以点啊！
I've already made an entry
啊
on，this.
点了吗？已经。
The platform further uptown, leaning on. I can let.
你确定这是远方山峦吗？啊，这还能操作呢。这远方山峦不92吗？啊，这应该92了，这没问题吧？这应该也可以了吧？
I've already made. The local.
原来如此，这个呢？
I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
然后呢？啊，就把这衣架放到这儿了，衣架还能放这儿。Option 啊，这个是 Option， 它有什么别的按键可以用 ？Space bar， 我看啊，手柄既然那个 Start 可以用的话，有没有别的按键啊？这个一旦按了是告诉你这个叉叉的数量。啊，也可以这么操作的是吧？怎么跑呢？哦，原来如此啊！然后你可以用下键跟上键来操作了是吧？哦，这个意思是吧？但可能还是鼠标更加好操作一点。哦，点这个可以出来是吧？能看到了，现在已经录了15个了。那怎么会录了15个？这东西感觉还是要调查一下啊，这样就能看到了是吧？手柄倒确实是可以把这个菜单给它打出来的。键鼠怎么办？键鼠能做到吗 ？Shift、Control、Tab， 这感觉砸沙发都是了。哎，好像不能动了。这东西是个 bug。点了再说。至少用这个手柄的话，可以点什么按键把它显示出来。哎，刚还可以，这不行了。啊，现在可以。长按可以显示出来，现在一共是15个这个长按挨键吗？也没用啊。啊，知道可以打开了。那这样的话，15个录音我还觉得比较奇怪，怎么会有15个？第一地方6个应该没有问题。缆车啊，缆车也可以。格雷琴、远方山峦、被切断的电缆，这种应该都没问题。黄色电话亭，6边形标记这很难。卧室的老鼠洞，是。克劳斯旅馆自助餐，这样就已经是5个了。还有熊孩子列尼，旅馆招牌，铠甲残骸。哎，这难道是一开始错过了吗？公交车站自动进行，很多都自动进行的。本地电影院招牌点过了，那第一张那个没有问题，再确认一下啊，不知道漏了哪个。克劳斯反正我就默认它是漏了，没问题。把这里给它验证一下，现在反正是5个。这个东西是个 bug， 确实比较 buggy。缆车是哪个？这个了。这个没问题。下一个是格雷琴了 ，Gretchen 就它了。
I met a woman named
Gretchen 啊，而且还把他的声音录进去了，有吗？
I met a woman named Gretchen in Trüberbrook. Gretchen studied.
Could you please focus on the task at hand?
确实把声音录进去。至于这个的话，这个其实就是这东西，这字儿是一样的。
You can see all from this.
I've already made.
对的。
The platform further uptown presents a wonderful view of the valley. Leaning on this rusty rail, nose to the wind.
嗯，对，有一个 breath in and breath out。这儿呢？啊，触电了是吧
Are you okay?
？Do you have brain damage？
I've already.
啊，这也搞定了。
It's a well-known fact that weasels have a danger. The present case suggests, judging by the thickness of last resort.
Self termination。下一个黄色电话亭。黄色电话亭，这应该也搞定了。I already make it。
I've all.
对。
Time waits for no man, not even in Trüberbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system. For this might be important to anybody.
啊，老鼠洞是不计入总数的，怪不得老鼠洞不计入总数，所以
I've already.
I noticed a figure on one of the rocks, a hexagon. I can only speculate on its purpose.
需要与男爵对话完才能互动。原来如此。一旦收集其将克劳斯从树上射下的道具，将无法对其进行录音互动。这好坑啊，这设定好坑。然后进去这里还有，这样的话目前应该是12个了，12个对。然后这里自助餐2个加一个熊孩子，算15个，这样对，这样对，这样就15个了。鱼竿线我还没拿，鱼竿线不要拿，万一拿了可能有变化。
I.
Note to self: the buffet in this.
I've already.
They serve traditionally. Apparently, a few maggots found themselves.
啊，这里不行了是吧？对，因为你已经点过了，老鼠洞呢？老鼠洞确认一下就差不多了，这样刚好是5次，这还挺复杂的。哎，这还能拿东西把它取出来啊？肉串
I've already.
芝士串。
Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected.
不会是
Maybe somebody hid their money in there.
啊？所以一开始他说这句话我还没看到什么东西，其实老鼠洞，仔细看还是能看到的。它是凹进去的，不是凸出来的，是一个像凹槽一样的地方，所以是个洞，然后另外2个暂时还不能那个什么，你直到第1章其实已经能够有几个来，有18个了，不算那个老鼠洞的话，是已经有18个了。啊，这可以的，真的这真的可以，这真的可以，我觉得还没点过，这是可以，这样16个了。
As you well know, Beverly, I am a man tempered by a sober lifestyle.
Sober lifestyle.
However, I keep dwelling on the fact that a sheer infinite amount of states of matter can lie between expectation and reality.
My accommodation, the guest house Valdest Lust, looks slightly more luxurious in the notification.
Luxurious in the notification. OK， 这样应该差不多了。然后去外面存档，暂时这个东西还不能做过多调查，自由度还挺高的，所以反而增加难度。也许那个克劳斯已经不能点了，也许还能点，不清楚。到这儿存一下。我依然没有研究出来，如果你用键盘的话，到底是哪颗按键是显示这个长按的是吧？长按 I 就可以，不早说长按 I 就可以，但你依然不能点的，所以只能知道你身上有什么道具。这些道具原来是有用的，这样就录了16个了，满的是35个。 其实是几个来着？其实是37个，有一个是第5章才会出来，就结局部分，那个肯定不算的。然后再加那个老鼠洞排的就差不多了。啊，第2章其实就已经天马行空了，行吧？那这样的话，先最后测试个东西，点了这个再点这个怎么样？1个小时39分钟，有这么长吗？在这儿，等一下看道具就知道了。 啊，这点了 I 又没用了，有时候点了 I 有用啊，有用了，现在可以16个就对了，16个的话，那刚刚那个旅馆招牌应该都已经结束了，因为直到第1章最多你能获得一共是19个吧，对，一共19个，现在有一个还出不来，所以是18个再减掉老鼠洞那个跟这个克劳斯就16个了， 克劳斯真的不行吗？因为他确实没有这个啊，这道具是这样的，是吧？那如果我用掉一个道具，可以还行吗？所有东西都需要了啊，它合在一起啊，那确实不行，怪不得。然后他就下来了，那这东西已经错过了。但反正早晚还是2周目了，所以不急，先这样吧。2周目反正1周目最好能记清楚什么地方点过，什么地方没点过。然后2周目把没有探索过的地方可以稍微长一点，探索过的地方就可以相对快一点。基本上这样啊，我的2周目反正不是全新的1周目，是继承在1周目之后的。